Welcome to Higher Impact, where we're inspiring you to reach higher and dream bigger. I'm Teresa Hairston, and we've got an amazing show for you tonight. I want to encourage you to dream big. You know, it takes just as much time to dream small as it does to dream big. Here's a power perspective from my latest book, Unstoppable. Never get comfortable in the place where God was. Whether it's a relationship, a business situation, a habit, or a lifestyle, when God releases you from your yesterday, move into your tomorrow. Like the commercial says, just do it. I realize it's easier to talk faith than to walk by faith, but refuse to stay stuck. Use your setbacks as stepping stones to your future. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. On this show, we'll talk to a few visionaries who are making their dreams come true. They are women who aren't just dreamers, they're doers. McKinney Hammond has sold thousands of books. She's a recording artist and a powerful preacher, but her latest venture reveals her passion for fashion. We'll also talk with Dr. Pat Bailey, a woman who is making an impact in multiple areas. She's not only a speaker and author, she's the founder of Master's Touch Ministries Global. We'll find out how her organization is helping to empower people in over 145 countries around the world. But first, I'm excited to talk to a woman who is transforming an entire community in Atlanta, Georgia. Her name is Mary Parker, and she's the owner of a full-service security firm, All in One, as well as the author of a new book titled The Chick in Charge. Mary Parker, welcome to Higher Impact.
Thank you, Teresa. I don't know if you're excited, but I'm so excited because of your energy. This is great.
Oh, it is awesome. And you know what? It's power women. This is the season. And you are such a power woman. In Atlanta, you are just transforming the Southwest community. Now, how did that come about? How did you start? What was the idea? Tell me everything.
Oh, I can't tell you everything for sake of time, but we'll do that over coffee, everything that I miss, right? Actually, it started just before COVID. Mm-hmm. My team, I'd raised up another team of leaders at All in One Security, and I was told the only way they could transition the culture was with me not being there.
Really?
So, yeah, they thought they were retiring me. I went home for 3 weeks and cried every day and decided, okay, God, what's next? Mm-hmm. And the birth of Junction 2800 came out of that pain, that excruciating pain of having to let the babies go after they grow up. And I acquired the building at 2800 Campbellton Road because my foundation needed a home.
So let's back up. Tell me about, first of all, what was your vision? You started All in One Security, and it became a very successful security agency in Atlanta, right?
Yes, yes.
Now, when did you start it?
You know, the most successes that I recall in my life, and especially those that are highlighted, came as a result of taking a mistake or something I felt I'd failed at to see what the lessons were and the opportunities.
Okay.
That is what birthed All in One Security. I worked as a director of security for a major automobile industry in Michigan. Mm-hmm. They didn't tell me I was being fired, but I accept the demotion as being fired. I was director of security, and I was replaced with a young white male with no security experience. It was that moment that I decided no one else would ever have control of my destiny.
Wow.
So I left corporate America in 1992 and moved to Atlanta and formed a security company with a partner. And, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, it was all about women, right?
That's right.
Unfortunately, my partner didn't quite see the vision of having the woman part of our company as the majority owner. So I made it pretty easy for him. I left him with 100% of his company, and I started All in One. And I have 100% of All in One, so to speak.
Right.
So that's how I ended up starting a second security company. The advantage there was I could now do the vision which God had given me. And that was to form a full service security company, not just one where the guards were tracking and monitoring and all of that, but a company where I realized what the clients wanted to secure. And in doing so, I realized it took more than just human eyes, and we incorporated the technology aspect of the CCTVs, surveillance equipment, and augmented it with people.
Wow.
Hence, we became the first female, not just Black female, the first female in the country to run a full service security firm. And I'm very, very proud of that.
That is something to be proud of.
Yes, I'm very proud of that.
Yes.
And as the story goes, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and myself, we were the company.
All right.
So we started All in One Security in 2001. We started 9 months prior to 9/11.
Wow.
Now you go figure, right?
Yeah.
God had a plan. So we started with the four of us 21 years ago in January, and it is now May, and we employ over 800 employees just in and around the Atlanta market.
So then what is the 2800 project?
The 2800 project, that is what we call our future. That is our future. And I say that because we're leading that project with technology. But it's so much more than that. When we came to Junction 2800, initially I went there just like most people when they go into a community. I was going to take what I thought the community needed. I had not spent enough time in the community to discover what they wanted. Once I put boots on the ground to go out and talk with the community is when I learned that I would be fulfilling my purpose at that point, because the things I wanted to do and the things they wanted were aligned with the vision God had given me.
Okay.
So going out and doing that, we discovered that it is a very thriving community. Not a lot of people are aware of the value when you start something. I'm a trailblazer, so I don't mind going and being the first where whatever it is I'm doing. So that's the birthing of Junction 2800. It will become the hub of the South where resources, because they call them underserved communities now. The way to get rid of underserved is by providing these communities with resources, access to resources unlimited. And that's what we're doing at Junction 2800, leading with technology for aspiring professionals, entrepreneurs, and community.
So if people are entrepreneurs in the Atlanta area, they can come to Junction 2800 and get what?
Oh my gosh, they will get behind the scenes for entrepreneurs through my FACTS program, which is Focus, Analyze, Commit, and Strategize.
Oh, wow.
And that is FACTS. Those are the facts for entrepreneurs behind the scenes.
Focus,
Analyze, Commit, and Strategy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And the Mary Parker Foundation.
Oh, gosh.
You got a lot going on, girl.
I do, and I love it because, a lot of time we can always say that we're busy, but I love it because we're actually doing things. We're transforming lives. And we're concentrating. We first began concentrating on the next generation. But as I shared with you before we came on air, we're now concentrating on 5 generations, where we want to tie all of that information, the wisdom from our elderly people to our youngest entrepreneur, who is 10 years old. And so in June, we plan to begin engaging conversations with these women to pass on to us, to pass on to our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren.
I love it.
And you'll be a part of that, Teresa.
I want to, yeah.
Your Impact Network has gone mobile. Our brand new app allows you to stream our complete lineup of preaching, ministry, and music 24/7. Impact's app features our content schedule for quick and easy searching and a Bible reading plan so you never miss daily devotions. We also have a brand new video on demand section Your Impact Network is now available in the App Store on all mobile platforms. Download it today and tell your friends.
Well, this is a special treat for me and for you. Michelle McKinney Hammond, all the way from Ghana.
My girl.
Yes! We go way, 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 way back.
Way back.
And you've been on this show many times, but never in person. And
That's true.
Yes. So thank you for making the trip and making the trek across the pond.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
Yes. So now tell us, now people who don't know you, they have heard of your books because you've authored many books as the lady who's single. And you've helped us all to stay right and stay holy and stay single. And then you are also an artist. You sing, you write songs. And now you have a group called Relevance.
Yes.
In Ghana.
In Ghana.
And you've recorded a couple projects.
Yeah, we've done several projects. We've written over 250 songs. Okay.
You all do nothing but write songs.
We just wake up writing and breathing and thinking songs. And we've done an Easter cantata. We've done a Christmas cantata of all original music, telling the tale of from Genesis to Revelations, what went on in the mind of God. And we are really about making the word of God relevant, making it alive, making it applicable, but also jammable, because you know we like to jam.
Yes. So, and we're going to get to the jamming part.
Yes.
So now, as you have done the music thing, and now you've done theater. Well, you've done TV and movies.
Yes, I'm in 4 soap operas and 1 reality show in Ghana right now.
Amazing.
Yeah,
you have done it all.
I have.
And now you're doing a new thing.
Yes.
And this is
voila. I decided I would finally do my passion for fashion, which I've done for, in my mind, I've been a designer for a long time. I make all my dressmakers crazy because I remake everything. And I finally said, let me just express myself. During COVID was really where it came alive for me. I started collecting fabric and writing down my little dreams and putting them together and got someone to help me. And
yes. Well, the thing I find is that COVID has been the dividing line for so many people.
Yes.
It's, pre-COVID and post-COVID.
Yes.
And the dreams, the inspiration, the revelation, and the go do it is right now.
Well, there was time to do it finally. Before we were in the rush of making life happen and keeping up. And then all of a sudden, everything stopped. And it was like, what do I do with my time now? I'm going to do all the things I've always wanted to do that never had a time to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you get this whole fashion line? And it's a fashion line.
It's a line, yes. It's called MMH Collections.
Yes.
So they can go on the website and see it, mmhcollections.com. I literally, Teresa, handpicked every piece of fabric myself. I went to different kiosks and just fell in love with the fabric. And for me, it wasn't just a dream about being a fashion designer. I really wanted to give women permission to be feminine and have mystery again.
Oh, wow.
I felt like we were getting away from that, that everything was skin tight or hanging out and we weren't going with the flow anymore. And for me during COVID, the thing was life became very unconstructed. So that's the name of the line, unconstructed. Everybody got back to being comfortable. And I think that there's a way to do that and that there's power in our mystery as women. So everything is very loose and easygoing and flowing and, and then just the fabrics. There's so many amazing fabrics that you find in Africa. Now, when I lived in America, I was a black girl. Everything was black, because I traveled and black matched, right? Yeah. But I got over there, lost my mind, and stepped into this world of color, batiks and adinkrais and all the different kinds of things. Yeah. So I've been using kente trims and a shoke and just having a blast, just matching patterns and colors.
Wow.
And it's been amazing.
And you've just started this.
Yes. And as a matter of fact, I asked a friend of mine, I'm on the board of her fashion company.
Yes.
She was having a big fashion show. And so I said, can I put some of my clothes in the fashion show? And she was kind of like, because she didn't know what I was going to come up with. And by the time it was over, they had selected my line to be the finale.
Oh, wow.
And the guy that put together the show, he was from Nigeria, and he was very much a prima donna. And he was like, this is not like anybody's first line I've ever seen. This is fabulous.
So goodness. That is just amazing.
Yeah.
So you just started, and so this is your first year, your debut.
Yes.
And I think I hear that these are one of a kind.
They're all one of a kind pieces. So when it's gone, it's gone.
Oh my.
When you buy it,
and you know,
that's
we
it.
like to look like no one else anyway.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
So
and
now,
even my little I don't have it on this one because this was like one of the first pieces I made just for myself. But my my label
Yes.
is actually a little brass label, and it says "Me, Myself, and Him" with a disc on it that hangs. It's MMH.
oh, wow.
Because my initials are Michelle McKinney Hammond, so MMH, Me, Myself, and Him.
In today's world, bad news is everywhere, from COVID-19 to racial injustice to lying politicians. But if you're ready for some good news, tune in to Higher Impact. News, interviews, and information with leaders like Bishop Clarence McClendon, Noel Jones, Bishop Liston Page, Kirk Franklin, and Bishop Paul Morton. Don't miss another episode. Higher Impact takes you higher. I am so excited to have this amazing woman with me today, Dr. Pat Bailey. Welcome to Higher Impact.
And I'm so excited about being here. You should be able to feel my heart panting. I'm so excited.
You know what? You have done such amazing things. You're a speaker, you're a preacher, you're an author, teacher, all those things, mentor. What do you do? I mean, how do you do all this stuff?
I think in life, sometimes we can get to a place where we get stuck and not realize we're stuck because you're doing what works and is working.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes not even quite aware that there's more elasticity. I say divine elasticity, more potential in you. And the late Dr. Miles Monroe, didn't he teach us about maximizing our potential?
That's right.
And what happened with me, the need apprehended me and made me realize what was inside of me, because the need apprehended me because I began to just give myself to this great need.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what happened with Moses, you know, when he saw the Egyptian slaying and,
Yes.
and it woke up something inside of him.
Mm-hmm.
And when it woke up inside, it begins to awaken and unlock what's
Mm-hmm.
inside of you that you didn't even know that was there. And the saddest truth, Teresa, is that you could somehow end up taking that potential to the grave.
Wow.
So you're able actually to do more than we think we are. I want to say this little tidbit. I think in life, our challenge is not who we are, Teresa, but who we think we are not.
Wow.
That's what stops us.
That's the challenge. Who we
That's
think
the
we are
challenge.
not.
Yep.
That's
Those little
powerful.
voices, those little thoughts.
Now, when you talk about where you are now and what you're doing, you have a global organization and you're impacting people over 147 countries. Tell us about that.
Again, the need apprehended me. We've had different initiatives and arms of the ministry have been the core service arms of the ministry, like education, because 80% of women in developing countries don't have access to education. Healthcare was very big for me. The late Dr. Maya Angelou, her big thing people didn't know, one of her greatest passions was global health.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a chance to do things like that with her, and it just opened up another door or window, unlocked things with me concerning global health. But this piece with water.
Now tell me the name of your organization.
MTM Global.
Okay.
Global. And one arm of it is Patricia Ministries Outreach. I mean that. But you just Google my name, patriciabailey.org, it'll come up.
Okay.
But this piece with water, when you recognize and come to know, I mean, you hear the stats, but it's like one day it really hit that 1/4 of the world, 1/4 of almost 7-something billion people, I'm nearing 8, don't have access to clean water. And that that's a large portion of people. And women in developing countries, this is what gripped me the most. I've known it, but it was like an awakening. Spend 80% of their life looking for clean water. So that if they could sing, or if they could have been an author, or they could have been anything, they never get to tap into that or even think about tapping into that because they spend the majority of their day. One of the wells that we just did in the Sahara Desert, I'm loving it. You wait till you see the footage. In the Sahara Desert, women, there is one particular village in Mali. The women track 200 miles for water in the scorching desert. Now, your mind can't even hardly comprehend that.
No, not at all.
And so you're spending the whole day getting water.
The
and
day,
the life.
yeah.
And because you need water every day.
Wow.
And then it starts up back
How
over
do they
again.
make it? How do they live?
It's amazing. And the sad thing here, you ready for this? The men don't go get water, only the women and children.
Oh, wow.
So the women spend their whole life tracking and looking for water. And most of those cases, Teresa, they're spending that much time walking to get water that's unclean. And
So
sometimes
contaminated water.
Contaminated water.
And so this is why the children are so sick.
And waterborne diseases, because the majority of the diseases are waterborne diseases. The way God created our body, the majority are made up of water.
Yes.
You have to have water. So then there's cholera, there's typhoid, there's dysentery, there's diarrhea, all the different things that just can be prevented with water.
Wow. So now we see these children that are on the, television, and they're raising money, and is that how you all work? Or?
We do a little bit different. We work with the indigenous people there, empowering them to do the work. We video record everything live, and it's all on social media from Facebook, Instagram. But another component that we do, we welcome you to come and go yourself. And we say, follow your seed. Because it's one thing to give. Bob Marley used to say, to go there is to know there. And when you go, and you actually get to meet the people. So it's not just the well and the water and some distant people. You get to know their name and their story. And then really, they're just like us. And then your heart gets in it. And then where your heart is, your treasure is also.
Yes.
So when people get a chance to go, I say they get bit with the bug, Teresa. And they just like, they adopt the family. So it's not just adopting a project now, but it's adopting a family, adopting a community, and sometimes adopting a culture.
Wow.
That they actually are people just like us. They have cultures. And I want to awaken women to not spend your entire life having to look for water. So this is what's so beautiful. Not too long ago, we celebrated Mother's Day, right? So here, the way don't we like to spend Mother's Day with our children? This Mother's Day, those women did not have to trek through the Sahara Desert to look for water. They could spend the day with their families. And that means a lot to me.
Yes. Now, is this across Africa mostly?
We do it around the world, but right now we're concentrating in, because this is where some of the greater needs are: Sub Saharan Africa, the Sahara Desert, and then the part of the world where there's been such war-torn countries like Liberia and Sierra Leone. You remember the movie Blood Diamond and the long civil war that lasted there? It left a fallen state. It left the nation devastated and without access to clean water. If you see where they go to get water and the type of water they're getting, and we're providing water for them and healthcare as well, and it is changing their lives.
And now I know something else that you're doing in your ministry is taking children from America and giving them a world view, a world experience.
Let's think about it. There are kids in Southside Chicago that have never been to the North Side or never been to the Sears Tower.
Wow.
There are kids in South Central LA that have never been to the beach. Okay? There are probably kids, I'm sure, in Atlanta that have never been to Alpharetta or this or that or whatever, or maybe even never been to Stone Mountain.
Yeah.
So exposure is really everything. And to give them the opportunity, I don't think that your social economic situation should limit you from exposure. It normally does.
Yeah.
So for those of us that are blessed and we have means, we can offer that opportunity to kids that would not have that worldview. Because if they have a narrow view, they'll repeat the same things that they've seen. And people go, why are they doing this? Well, it's all they've ever seen.
Yeah.
And when you know better, you do better.
That's
so we take
right.
them to Jamaica. And, it's not a long flight. You don't need a visa. It's not a language barrier. You don't have to get all these shots or anything like that.
Okay.
And they get a chance to go see a world outside of themselves.
Thank you for tuning in tonight and for the privilege of your time. I look forward to seeing you back here same time, same place next week. But until then, please connect with me on my website, teresahairston.com, or on social media platforms at Dr. T. Hairston. And as we close tonight's show, please enjoy The Better Benediction from the new release by P.J. Morton.
All right, we're going home. Everybody on your feet. Just want you to take this with you. It's gonna get better. But don't worry about it, leave it alone, 'cause it will get better. Hope you believe it by the end of the song, it will get better. Yeah. You've been fighting for way too long. Yeah. You gotta keep going on. Yeah. Oh, it ain't no need to worry, it will. a yes and amen. Yeah, and he is not a man that he should lie.